Howdy, y'all. Welcome to episode 7 of Feed the Beast Lite Pack 3. Like I was saying in the last episode, what I want to work on this time is completely redoing the Magic Farm area. Probably going to go vertical, go up, instead of keep spreading it out like this. So what I'm doing right now is tearing it all down. I sometimes think it takes a lot longer to break something apart than it does to put it together because, you build it in little sections and before you know it, you have this massive area. So now I've got to break it all down and then decide exactly what I want to put in its place. I know I don't want this big wide area, so we definitely want to get rid of that. I think the platform size is about right for the growth that we want. I find a 3x3 is just a little too small. This seems to work pretty good, little 5x5 area there. It works pretty darn good. Grows the growth rate is what we're looking for. It keeps up with it. We really don't need any of this right now. Since we do have the ability to run a quarry. We're still running our second 64 by 64 quarry. I may try to make a couple of speed upgrades. I think I have room for 2. I could probably, no, let me see. 2, 3, I could probably do upgrade 3, but I don't know if I have the power because it's an 80 times multiplier for the 3rd level speed upgrades. We may just try making the first 2 for that, but I'm going to finish tearing this down and maybe work on coming up with the shape. I don't know if I want to go with another round one. Maybe a pure diamond shape. This one isn't like a pure diamond shape. I may just do a pure diamond. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to play with that a little bit, and when I get that figured out, we'll be back. And we're back. I've finished up the building back here. Kind of went with the same kind of glassy style. I think I'm going to probably try to stick to some sort of version of that. I got away from the blue glass, though. I decided I want to use a different color glass, and I kind of want to pay homage to a greenhouse sort of thing, And I didn't know how blue would work on that, so I did go ahead and, if you can kind of see it, I don't know how it looks on video, but in real life, sitting here looking at it on my computer screen, it's not just flat and a single color. One of the things that I did is I just did it originally, and it was just all the lime green glass. I thought it was a little too open, so I did add these supports. But another thing that I did, if we come in and look closer, there's the regular green slabs kind of randomly placed throughout to kind of give it a little bit more of a depth and different colors. So when you're looking at it on screen, it really just it just doesn't seem so flat. Probably not a great view from. You can kind of see, this is pretty good angle probably on video. Looks like, let's see, what's our Z button there? So if we zoom in, you can kind of see it. You can see a little bit better on video how it's not really just flat. There are layers to it, so to speak. So what I did is there are 5 actual levels for growing plants, and then on the bottom level, and we're still not having any spawns, which is nice, but let me go ahead in here and sleep anyways. Sleeping, if nothing else, does keep rain away for like 24 hours or something like that. I noticed if I sleep, I rarely see rain. But what we're going to do down here is we're going to have the planters on each level. Instead of having a transfer node pulling each one out, I'm going to put a retrieval node right here. It'll be right there. and it'll go into an ender chest, and then we'll just tell it what to pull out. This is a energy node. Let's turn this on. Transfer node, energy from extra utilities, and on the inside is an ender receiver. I have another one under the floor over there that to the test rack that powers that. All the machinery in there, and it's pumping out energy to this one, and it's just I just named it power. You do have to name them, the receiver and the transmitter, exactly the same on your anvil. So that's set up now. This has been running for a while now. You can see there's no connection right here, but I think it is connected. I think it's just a texture thing that it doesn't show up as connected. It concerned me at first, so I changed it out with the RedNet cables instead of the energy pipe, and it does. Those do connect to the transfer nodes. The energy pipes that we were using earlier, the RedNet energy, what are they called? Let's take a look. Wrong chest. Wrong chest. Where'd I put them? The RedNet energy cable. These will connect to it, but something I noticed is that, like, if we look at it right now, you'll see that it's holding 10,000 RF, and it's got one connection. So it's telling me that it is actually connected to that. Once I put in the RF engine, it did show it as one connection. So I think that's telling me that this is actually connected, but it's just not showing. When I put the RedNet energy cable on there, this drops to 0, and when I went over and looked at the power usage in the reactor, it was, whoa, what's going on there? It's like something blew me. So, yeah, what the hell is that? Is that the concrete does that or something? This is concrete. Is there something special about this stuff? Huh. No, there it goes again. What is that? That is bizarre. I don't know. Something, he's pushing me to the side right there. I don't know if there's something special about the concrete blocks, because that's what these are. I don't know. I'll have to go look that up. I just thought they looked cool with this. So it just, the RedNet energy cable, even though it does connect to this, it seems like it constantly pulls energy out of the node. And we don't want that. I mean, we wanted to use energy as normal. So as far as I can tell, this is working. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to hook everything else up and choose what other farms I want to run. And so there'll be, when we come back, there should be an ender chest here taking everything out, a transfer node pulling from all the planters. And I do have the planters in place and the piping. I just don't have any of the stuff on the inside for them yet, so I need to get all the hose, the cards. Now, the top here, the reason that I worked on the top of this for a long time, I was trying to decide if I wanted to kind of do maybe some different like levels off here, platforms, but I finally just decided to leave it at 5. I really don't need more than that. But I did want a higher raised roof in here, because one of the things that I'm working on right now is making bedrockium, just getting all the compressed cobblestone together. Maybe we'll look at that later, but I've got to set that up a little bit more. But I want the the reinforced watering can, and this takes 4 bedrockium ingots and a soul fragment. Now, I didn't really know what the soul fragment was. If you've never heard of Direwolf20, go check out his channel. He recently has done an updated mod spotlight on extra utilities. Thank God, because it just seems like it was right at the right time for me, because a lot of this stuff I could not find any information on. These little soul fragments is one of them. Now, the downside of these is that if you look at it, it's an etheric sword. No big deal. You can make those. You know, it's a diamond, whatever. But it says plus a heart. This actually means it takes a heart away from your life. You actually lose one of these hearts. And I don't know if that means for me I'm actually going to lose 2 hearts or what. So there is a cheaty item that they don't have a recipe for yet to give you that heart back. He hasn't put in the mechanics yet to actually create it. I guess it's going to be another sort of ritual sort of thing. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to lose hearts, but I would really like to get that can. And I don't know. But that was my original thought, was to do that, and that's why I gave it the extra space, so I'll be able to put an autonomous activator up here and be able to get, this will be like just a sick, 3 times growth plus the watering can. This will just be a sick spot to grow anything that we want up here. It'll just pound it out. But I would do that at the expense of a heart, but I don't know. I mean, I still haven't even got all the yellow hearts yet. I'll probably have more than enough to do that. It shouldn't be a big deal, but that's something I'm going to work on. So let me cut real quick. I'm going to put everything in there and get some stuff growing, and we will be back. All done. We've got everything kind of hooked up. Plants are growing. As far as I can tell, I am correct that these are hooked up. Once everything is hooked up, I'm showing 5 connections now. So I guess this is just graphic, however you want to say it, graphicable. It just doesn't show, but it is actually connected. I did try putting the pipe on the bottom. It still doesn't show any sort of connection. So that works. What we're growing is, of course, we've got, what did I put on this first level? We got diamond. I figured diamonds never hurt. We've got the experience crop. Never hurts to have a source of experience. We've got a couple, 2 or 3 really. Then we have our essence crops. I'm just going to keep growing these. Never know when you can use them. Of course, we'll talk about that in just a second. I did make an essence tool, and there are some problems with it. Then we got redstone. I need tons of redstone, and of course, I'm still doing some glowstone, just because it's a little easier than going to the Nether and looting it. Now, if we take a look at our essence infused pickaxe, this is the highest tier pickaxe in Magic Crops. It takes 4 of the what's it called? The biggest one. Extreme? Is it Extreme? Essence Extreme. Yeah, it takes 4 of those, a couple of the infused diamonds. So they're not a cheap pickaxe. Let's see, essence infused. It's 4 of those, a diamond pickaxe, blaze rod, and any of these infused diamonds, which this is the reason I was growing obsidian, because you need 4 obsidian essence, and then 4 gold essence gives you the diamond. The problem I'm having with this thing is it's not recognizing it as a valid pickaxe for certain things. Like in the Nether, it doesn't do glowstone quickly. Even though it's efficiency 5 and silk touch 1, it doesn't do cobalt, ardite. There are some other items that I came across that it's not really seeing it as a valid pickaxe, so it just doesn't work right. I mean, it'll break it, but like for cobalt and ardite, it doesn't actually give you the item. It'll break it, but it just doesn't give you the item. That's why I'm still using the Tinker's Construct pickaxe there. This thing is nice because, especially in just the overworld, just because it won't break. So if I'm in the overworld, I'm going to be doing a lot of mining, then I'd probably switch over to that one. But definitely be aware that if you use that essence infused pickaxe, that it's probably, I mean, it should work for just most things, but there are going to be certain situations where you probably want some sort of backup pickaxe just to do that. All the piping, instead of having a transfer node on each individual planter, like I said, we just put in the retrieval node, and right now we just have it pulling out the dust for the items that we're growing. Dog! Oh, sometimes she kills me. So it's just pulling that out right now. Now the nice thing is if we change out crops, we can just change this in the the filter real fast, and it's not a big deal. All the items are going into our storage, or not storage chest, but into the inner chest, which goes down to our storage area. So every item that comes out of here, minus the seeds, I don't know what I'm going to do with the seeds from that just yet. I don't know if I'm going to void them out, or I may do some tests with that to see, because with the planters, the seeds, when it pops, it goes right into the slot if it can. So I may be able to just set seeds to be pulled also with the retrieval node, and then just void the extra ones, because we don't need too many, because it'll keep a stack of 64 in there, and 64 is more seeds than for each of these that we need. So right now the experience, this one's experience. This also makes the green lamps that are used in that building. One of these with 8 stone makes the stone, or the green essence bricks, and then you take one of the glowstone essence and you put it in the middle of those 8, and it gives you the green lamps. Something I want to try is in the future is you can actually make an ender portal square with 9 of these. These are the ender essence. So that's something I want to try and see if we can even skip having to try to find a what do you call it, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. We don't have to find the ender portal. We can just make our own. Hopefully, that'd be kind of neat. Don't think I've used a mod where we've had that ability before, but that would be kind of cool if we can set up our own ender portal area. So we're keeping this one right now is growing. The essences are over here. Got quite a few of those. Now I'm going to have to start upgrading some of these barrels. Right now they're only 64 stacks of 64. Yeah, 64 stacks of 64. So we're doing redstone just because I need a lot of redstone right now to build or make upgrades for all the transfer pipes and machines and whatnot. What else are we growing? We're not doing uranium. We're getting plenty of that. So we're doing the diamond. This is the diamond essence, and then the glowstone essence. So just those, and then yeah, so 5. Now, like I said, I was starting to work on bedrockium just to kind of see what the process was going to be like. So I made a very quick kind of a test area down here, if I can get down the elevator. So we have a transfer node with a stack of 64 world integration upgrades. Now, these have changed a little bit. These also allow, they're a little weird. I didn't realize this, but these also work kind of like a vacuum hopper. So you do need to have these in here for the transfer nodes to do this. But you can see if I were to, oh no, I want to just drop this. So let me just put one there, and let's see if we throw it down. See how it just disappeared? No, hold on. Let me turn off magnet mode here. So if we throw, I don't want to throw my sword. If we throw one of those down, you can see how it just kind of disappeared. It's because they're getting pulled in by the, oh, I guess it did. It gets pulled in by this kind of like a vacuum hopper, which is, I didn't know it would do that. I was pulling this apart to move it over there, and I was like, okay, where'd it go? Great, lost another thing. But that's what happens, is this also works as kind of a vacuum hopper. So be aware that, you know, if you're making one of these, that this will also suck up items if it drops on the ground, which is a little annoying. But it does need to have these world interaction upgrades, so you can always just pull these out and until you've got it all set back up. But what we're doing right now is, you can see I'm making just a ton of cobble just from this water in this right here, because we do have a stack of the world interaction, a stack upgrade, and then a speed upgrade. And I just kept adding them until I kind of, if you put a whole stack in here, you can't tell that it's doing anything, and it's so fast already. You really don't need to. You really don't need it. I probably don't even need that stack in there. It's already so fast. But this, now I tried a packager. I had a packager going into a barrel. Now I don't know if this bug will work with deep storage units, but I know it worked for sure with the barrel. But I had an auto packager, and if we look on here, they're not very hard to make. This did crash my world until I
pulled that mod out. So do be aware, this is a world crashing bug. Where's that pack? Oh, it's not in here because I don't have that in there right now. But in your mod pack, it's going to be called the auto packager, and it's very simple. It's like 3 pistons, redstone conductance coil or something like that. It's not very hard to make, but it's a little slower than this. Actually, it's a lot slower than this, and it doesn't have any ability to upgrade. In fact, there's no interface with it at all, other than clicking it and having it go by a 2x2 crafting grid or a 3x3 crafting grid. So I had it just popping out the compressed cobble for me, which is, just double compressed. It's 9 cobblestone makes 1 compressed cobblestone. We need to get all the way up to quadruple. So I kind of want to see how fast this would go. But like I was saying with the packager, when I put the barrel full of the compressed cobblestone on the left and then put another barrel on the right, it crashed the world, and I could not get it to come back up. The only way like I said, I could get it to come back was deleting that mod from the pack. It's one item. That's all that it puts in there. So if you're going to use the auto packager, do not put a barrel like that and a barrel like that and put your auto packager in the middle, because it's going to crash your world. At least it did for me. So just be aware of that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep letting this fill up, because this is going to go so fast. Or it's going to drain it out so fast, because the next step is, of course, the double compressed cobblestone, which is 9 of the compressed cobblestone for every one of these. So it's going to really break it down. So I'm not worried about this filling up, because it's going to drain out so fast. What we're going to do is add another transfer node here, then another cyclic assembler, then another deep storage. So we'll set it up until we get all the way up to the quadruple, which is what we need for bedrockium, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we need we need some triple, quadruple. Oh, it's only triple, quadruple. I thought it was all quadruple. Okay, so we'll have to make sure we keep some triple also. Okay. I think we can do that, but for each ingot, you can see that's quite a bit of cobblestone, and then of course a block of diamond for every single ingot, and then we need 5 of those for the watering can. You can also make some barrels out of it, which are pretty cool. These things, I probably want to make one, because you can see just the amount of liquid we can keep in one of those things. That's 64 million more than we can keep in that entire tank down there. So yeah, we could just fill one of these up with mob essence and probably be okay for a very, very long time. So that may be something else we make out of that, is the bedrockium drums. Maybe make a couple of those. But guys, that's the episode. I appreciate you coming by. Hope you liked it. Let me know what you think about if I can hit the elevator block. Let me know what you think about the new build. I know it's pretty green. It's the first time I've built with wood in a really long time. I usually steer clear of it. I had a fire in a in a world of mine a long time ago from lightning, and ever since then I've been like, screw wood. But even if this were to burn down, I don't think the fire would touch the glass or any of the other stuff. So we could always just rebuild it up. Plus, I had just a ton of oak wood. So don't forget to rate the episode if you enjoyed it. Appreciate you if you would share the episode with other folks out there. And if you haven't subscribed, like I always say, man, that's really the best way to know when I put one out. So y'all, thanks for coming by, and I will see y'all later.